So a friend of mine asked me the other day, "Hey man, how are you?" I'm good. Did you drink your snobbish coffee today? I did drink my snobbish coffee today. How come this coffee is not available in all the cafes? Yeah, it is available. This is pour over coffee. It's available in Uncle Tetsu. But what about the rest of the places? And this sort of got me thinking that, I haven't seen a lot of places, locally that offer pour over coffee. In fact, I don't think there's any other than Uncle Tetsu. If I'm wrong, please do let me know in the comments below. And why is that? Is it because of some local reasons? Is it because we have a demand problem in our country? People are not aware? So this got me thinking, and obviously I had to come up with an answer, and then I had to record a video over it. So let me give you an answer. I sort of jotted it down and I thought about it over the weekend. First, let's look at our local problems. I think that whenever people go for coffee in a cafe, it's almost always a social gathering. And I sort of feel that this is possibly not value for money. People don't look at it like enough value for money when they're buying this. They'd rather buy a cappuccino or a latte. To people might seem like a better value for money, a better proposition. The second reason could be that people are simply not aware that this coffee exists. They might have seen it in a motion picture or a film, but they might have seen it in Friends, but I don't think people are able to associate themselves with such a drink. I think people still find it very foreign to them. I mean, in our country, if a person wants to drink coffee, he goes and buys an Nescafe Classic. And if he thinks that he is an enthusiast, he goes and buys a Nescafe Gold. That's all there is to coffee in our country. And obviously this is changing. So one thing is demand, the other thing is that people are simply not aware. And the third thing is that I'm sure people are aware of this coffee. I mean, I'm aware. I've got 150 followers and people watch my videos. So I'm sure they are aware of what a pour over is. Our culture sort of says that we need a spot of milk in our caffeine containing beverages. Look at tea. Despite the fact that in most of the tea drinking countries in the world, tea is a very different beverage than what we have in our country. People think that a hot drink isn't a hot drink without milk. We've got our tea, we've got our Kashmiri tea, subs chai that we like to call. I mean, all of those contain milk in them. So a hot beverage which doesn't have milk in it is again unheard of. Now these are some of the things which are endemic to our country. If we look at it internationally, if we look at it on a global perspective, if pour over is still not a drink that is offered in all the cafes. Not all the cafes offer a pour over drink. And I think the reason behind that is the human factor which is involved in making this drink. Starting from the grind and then the bloom and then the pouring of hot water on top of the coffee bed, all of these things require a human. The human element makes this coffee arbitrary. The emphasis on quality on one thing will differ from one person than another. One barista will bloom for 15 seconds and the other will bloom for 45 seconds. That's just the way it goes. We all have our different opinions. And thus the pour over tends to differentiate from batch to batch in the same cafe. Despite the standard operating procedures, a difference of taste exists from one batch to another. And I think that is the main reason why most of the cafes globally are trying to remove the human element as much as they can. They're trying to develop different kinds of automatic brewers that can do the job in a precise and specific manner which is repeatable over time. And that, I think, is the main reason why the art of a pour over is sort of dying away. And it's starting to get restricted to home baristas. Perhaps to nutters like me. Now this is obviously my opinion. I would love to hear your opinions about this. Do you think that the pour over will flourish in our country? Do you think it can flourish in our country? Do you think there is an enough demand of pour over, of V60 pour over or Melita pour over in our country? Do you think cafes should offer that? Do you think it's value for money? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And for now, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.